I say, how are you doing today? How are you doing today? Y'all already know it is your host, Lacey G. Soldier Turner. And today, man, I got a very, very special guest with me. This guest right here, he come from my childhood. You already know, man. We got a renowned artist. He's known for his remarkable career in the music industry. He is a member of the iconic group DRS, who created one of the most powerful funeral songs ever in the world to me, the platinum hit song Gangsta Lean. That's right, man. Gangsta Lean. It came out in the 90s. It's been 6 weeks at #1 on the Billboard R&B charts. The song Gangsta Lean is still an esteemed classic within the hip-hop community till this day. I promise you, we still be listening to it. We still just singing and everything. He has collaborated with some of the great singers in the industry also. And he has earned the title, the Silky Southern Soul Singer, man. Listen, this brother, he's still doing his thing. Like I said, man, the song came out of our childhood and everything. So let me stop, y'all. So without further ado, we have the wonderful, amazing, talented Lamarr Lubin. Welcome to the platform, brother.
What's going on, man? You know what? I don't even know how to enter on that, man. Thank you. You got me, man. You know, boy, thank you, man. That's a blessing to hear that. You know, us OGs don't get much props anymore, and people forget about it. So, thank you, man, for that. You know, because you forget sometimes the things you've done.
Oh, man, no problem. Man, I respect all the OGs, but I love you. That's why I always try to reach back and bring y'all up, you know. So, my first question for the people who don't know you, we want to learn a little bit about you. So, can you let the people know, where were you born and raised, and how was your upbringing as a child?
Well, I was born in a little town in the Bay Area called East Palo Alto, which was basically Mexican, Black, and Samoan. That little area is the Black neighborhood and the Samoan and Mexican neighborhood of Palo Alto, which was a white community. So I grew up in the hood in the Bay Area. Moved to Oakland, and we moved to Sacramento, California. And from there, that's when I started my career and went on to Louisiana, to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and New Orleans and stuff like that. So that's where I come from. When I was growing up, East Palo Alto was called the murder capital of America. For the several years I lived there. Crack, we honestly, because I'm from Northern California, we really didn't have gangs until I got to Sacramento and then LA. Of course, LA had the gangs, but we didn't have we had turf wars. We had what city you came from, Menlo Park, Palo Alto, Oakland, Hayward, Richmond. It was basically fighting like, what city did you come from? That's basically what we had. And then when I moved to Sacramento, that's when it became like Bloods and Crips and stuff like that. Yeah.
So you seen the movie Colors and all that during that time?
Well, you know what? Colors came around, I think, a year or two before we came out with the song, but we were working on the song when Colors actually came out.
That's great. It
was 92. I think Colors came in 92 or 93.
Yeah, I think one of them. All right, so let me ask you this. So I know your journey began with the fateful encounter at Arden Mall. So can you tell the people about that?
Oh, you read up on me for real.
I do my research.
I had went to I have a brother who was a Crip and kind of known in Sacramento. So I would get in trouble because, if he beat somebody up, people want to come beat me up or something like that, And so what happened is, I hung around all his homies, and I got kicked out of school and put into a continuation school. And it's called American Legion. And I just figured, well, I guess I give me 9 to 5. and I got put in. But I was in this gifted and talented education, and this thing called Mason, Math, Engineering, Science, Achievement. And they couldn't kick me out the program because even though I was in continuation school, the way the law was, you couldn't kick me out. So I started doing because it was school half the time. They said I wasn't going to graduate. I graduated a year earlier than I was supposed to, and in doing so, I got these people from colleges starting to look at me. I have a lady. Her name was Ollie Watson. She was a school teacher in Sacramento, and she wanted me to. She told me, she said, we need to hear from kids like you that go to continuation. That, what I'm saying? Because I was, we were saying same church. She said, you don't sing like a continuation kid. So she invited me to an Alpha Phi Alpha luncheon, which I was a part of at the time, and I was Alpha Phi Alpha Youth, and I met the chancellor of Southern University. And I did my speech, told him what made me go to continuation, and what was going on in my life and how I ended up there. And he said to me, the chancellor, I want guys, I want men, young men like this man to be at my school. He said, if he allows me to pay for him to go to I did one of the first or the second, black college tours. I will put him on a college tour, and whatever college he decides, I'll give him a little scholarship for a year. Wow. And I ended up at Southern University, his school in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, because my family is from there. And because I was like, well, dang, if this man is going to do this for me,
I know, right? Like, dude, let me
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, because I'll be honest with you, I was one of the kids that they thought, in the beginning, like, oh, he's going to go to college, he's going to be this and that. Then when I got into continuation and got with my brother's friends, people started thinking, oh, he ain't going to be nothing. He's, people were telling me your life is done. You're not going to do anything. And so I wanted to prove people wrong. So I went to college. I went to Southern University, and it blessed me because it let me know that, no matter what you do in life, there's always a comeback, always a way. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do, what you can't achieve, no matter where you come from or how you come from. Because I don't come from, my family, I come from a really, we're not, I didn't come from no thug family.
Yeah,
I came from a uprighteous family, went to church, all that. But, at that time, daddy gone for a while, out the house, my brother, you start hanging with people and calling them your family. And that's where you basically get the gangs, because you want to be accepted. You want people to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't want to get beat up in the neighborhood. Right. You don't want to be that lone. I'm gonna tell you honestly, you don't want to be that lone wolf that ain't part of something. That if somebody jump you, get in a fight or something, you can't go to somebody and be like, hey, I need y'all back.
Yeah, right.
So I'm in college, I'm doing good. I come home. I hadn't been home in about 3 years. I come home and I'm in the mall and I see these guys, and it was DRS, and they remembered me from school because I forgot that I used to sing on the back of the bus. See, my days, I'm old now, I'm 50 now. In my days, when we had to catch the buses to school, we would sit in the back and we would sing. And I didn't and I didn't know it, but the guy said I sang so well that they would like be quiet, like they start the song off and we in harmony, and then people would just shut up and listen to me singing. I didn't know that. And one day, the guy who started DRS told me when we were younger, one day I'm gonna make a group and I'm gonna put you in it, and I'm gonna make $1 million off of you. And I didn't realize that was the same dude that came up to me at the mall. And I was thinking, I'm about to graduate from college. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be no singer. I said, I'll be a manager. I'll manage groups. I'll do that. I'm gonna give me a degree and be a manager and make money like that. And it just so happens how fate happens. My cousins were supposed to go to the audition, and they never showed up. One cousin said, I want to do gospel music. The other cousin I didn't know was doing drugs at the time, and his mom put him in rehab. And so I'm a man like this. If I tell you that I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And or I'm going to break my back trying to do it. That's just how I grew up. Yeah. And so I ended up going to the audition myself.
Mm.
And when I got to the audition, I figured, well, these cats been singing, so they ain't gonna want me. And I forgot the words to my, and started doing my own thing. And then they, man, bust out the curtain. Oh, who are you? And wanted to know, and it was Jerry. It was Terry Heller, Jerry Heller's nephew. And they were like, we need a singer like you that got that Jodeci. Basically, they were looking for, at that time, all the groups were looking for a KC, looking for Johnny Gill. And I actually auditioned doing My. So it kind of fit. So they told me they were working with Eazy-E, and I was like, get out of here. I thought, we was in Sacramento, California. Oh, y'all don't know no Eazy-E. And he said, well, let me get your information. I'm not saying you in the group. They was trying to be real coy about it. Took my information. And then the next day, you know how you live at home. I was home for the summer doing an internship at the television station. And because that was my major in college, broadcast journalism, emphasis on television and radio. So I get this phone call. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. My mama comes to my door. Hey, boy, this better be good. Somebody on the phone for you. 6 o'clock in the morning. Tell you know how your mama, what they calling. I got to go to work. I get on the phone, and it's the guy named Chris from the group, and this guy's on a three-way talking about this Eazy-E. And I thought it was a joke. And I said, oh, this ain't no damn. This ain't no damn Eazy-E. I hung the phone up. They called me back. I picked the phone up, and he's like, hey, dude, this really is Eazy-E. And I was like, this is Eazy-E, for real. And I said, spit me something. Let me. So I really felt like, oh, my God, this is Eazy-E. And he said, can you do some Jodeci? And I said, hey, man, my memory's bad. I don't really know the song. He said, I'm just going to tell you some words and just sing it. So I started singing a Jodeci song for he was spitting me the words, and I started singing. And he said, oh, I think we got him. I think we got it. And so he said, what you doing the next couple of days? I said, well, I do my internship. And he said, okay, I need you for 2 days. So at that point, he got my information. And then the secretary called me and said I was to go to the airport with the other guys. And they flew me to LA. And we got picked up in a limo with these girls called HWA, Hoes with Attitude. And they picked us up. And we met with them. And they gave us a demo deal. See, they don't do that anymore. The record company, they used to give you this thing called a demo deal, and it was a 3-month deal. And you were to go develop your song. They give you a couple thousand. You go, you develop it in the studio. And then after the 3 months is up, you can't sign with anyone. You have a 1-day cooling off period. And then you have to allow them to call you and say, hey, yay or nay, we're going to take you, or do you want to go with us? And at that time, we were working with a group called The Whole Nine. The Whole Nine had gotten with MC Hammer, heard them produce, and he liked them.
They from St. Louis, from here, right?
No. The Whole Nine is from the Bay Area.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You're talking about my boys from St. Louis.
Yeah, we got one. Yeah.
You're talking about my boys. Bass and Flirt, and you're talking about them.
Yeah.
Oh God. Show and Tell. Show and Tell.
Yeah.
They're called Show and Tell.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do an interview, baby. I'm on a Zoom interview. I'll give it you a minute. So my neighborhood is like Fridays.
Okay.
I'm in LA, and you know what I'm saying. And so we leave our doors open, and people be like, "What's?" It's like this community. I live in this place where there's 4 of us, so people come and we eat together. And I'm one of the ones, since I've been blessed, I'm always, my neighbors, hey, Lamarr, can I have this? Can I get this? Can I get that? So I apologize real quick. But what I was going to say is, so Hammer liked them, and Hammer picked them up, and they told us we couldn't work with them anymore because they were going to sign an exclusive deal.
Oh, wow.
And Hammer, but to get their deal, they played some of our music. And he heard Gangsta and a couple other songs. And he was like, who is this group? And he said, well, I think they're about to sign with Eazy-E. So Ham said, well, I want to see the group. So they picked us up in a bus. I mean, a little, one of them white vans, and We
Uh-huh.
got in, we went down, and we met with this is before Hammer had the big house. While he was building the big house, and
Okay.
we went to his house, and we sang for him, and he was like, because we had did it, we oh no, I'm missing something. That's right. We did back then. They used to do these showcases. We
Okay.
did a showcase, and he saw us, and he was like, I like them because we did something different. We wore prison outfits, and we found these those chains that they chain gang,
Uh-huh.
and we locked them together. And each person that sang a lead, you would like go out in the front, and we had prison jumpsuits on,
Okay.
and we would sing, and we would do that. So basically, what happened is, now didn't she just hear I want to fuck this little call? That's LA for you, though. That's LA. But
I can hear you good.
LA,
You still good.
I'm telling you, I live. It's like Friday where I live, and so basically, what happened is, from that, Sony, Suge was there, a whole bunch of other it was like record companies were like, we want to talk to you, and Ham got in front of Sony and said, oh no, these are my boys, and he's like, roll with me, just roll. I'll take, these are my boys, and then he said, before you talk to anybody, I need to talk to y'all. So we were like, who do you go with? Do you go with Suge? Do you go back with music? Do you go with, you know what I'm saying? And you're thinking, well, Suge is a gangster.
Yeah.
We were thinking, which we were wrong, that Hammer was the church boy. So we went down to Ham's, came picked us up. We performed for him. He liked our sound, he liked our look, everything, and he was like, I want to work with y'all. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I was the holdout. I didn't want to sign.
He
But
said,
you know what? Because I had been with Easy and I come to LA, and people had heard about us and heard about us, ooh, we got this new group, and people didn't know who we were, what we were doing, and I got to meet Ice Cube and Ice T, and I got some good words from Ice Cube one time and Ice T, and they were like, whatever you do, don't sign that contract. And I was like, huh? They said, just tell them. No, seriously, he was like, just tell them you'll work with them, but you're not going to sign it. So I tried to do that. I tried, and Ham said, if you don't sign, I don't want the group. And I'm not bragging on myself, but when you're young, you're 21, you're putting that predicament.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And these guys have been working for several years trying to make it, and then it's based on you. And I remember having a meeting with my boys. Ham took us to I remember it was what was it, Chili's Baby Back Ribs. I remember he took us there, and we had a meeting with each other. And I told the brothers, I said, look, if we gonna act like brothers and be like brothers and do business together, I'll do this with y'all. But other than that, if y'all say no, I'm not gonna sign. And everybody, oh no, we've been trying no juice. This is what we've been doing. No, we gotta do this and that. And so I signed.
Okay.
I signed thinking, we was gonna be brothers and we were gonna do our thing. And I'll be honest with you, my mom told me before I went down there, my grandmother, who's kind of famous, she does music and she sings. And my mom, they said, if the Holy Spirit tells you don't sign it. And at the time, even though I was raised in church and I went to church, I don't really think that I had that. I think I knew who God was and I knew that he was my guide, but I don't really think I had enough faith in myself and also in him, because the Holy Spirit told me don't sign.
Yeah.
I had the thing that said don't sign, but I was like, well, the guys are with me.
Yeah.
I know that they got my back. So and you know what's a trip? When I came in the door to my mom's house, my mother, the look on my face, my mother said, you signed. And I said, how you know? And she said, let's pray right now. Call my grandma, and we prayed. And I think the reason why I'm still here doing my thing, doing the Southern Soul, doing the R&B, doing the stuff still here, I think the reason why I'm able to represent DRS still when I go out there is because of that prayer. And I know that sounds crazy, but I just feel that because, two of my boys are in prison. One don't ever want to sing again, and one don't ever want nobody even know he was in the group. And I feel like the reason why I can still be out there is because I know it sounds crazy, but it's because of that prayer.
Mm. So let me ask you this. So for the people who don't know, where did the name DRS come from?
Actually, we were named after a movie called Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Mm.
And so I think Warner Brothers owns it. The name, I mean, Dirty Rotten Scoundrel, the movie. When they heard our material, they told us, "Oh, you can't use the name no more," because they told us they didn't want to be affiliated with us because of the raunchy stuff we had. So we just changed it to DRS.
I got you. Okay, so my next question, the question everybody want to know: how did the iconic song "Gangsta Lean" come about?
Well, there was a young man named YB that I grew up with in Sacramento, and he was murdered. And his mom had told us, "Can you come and sing? It's so hard to say goodbye." And while we were practicing, Chris in the group said he wouldn't have wanted us to sing this song. And Chris, I remember him saying this. He said, "We need to make a song that our homies or our generation would understand about." You know what I'm saying? And at the time, that was that, the gang culture
Yeah,
was in our everyday lives. No matter, it don't matter who you was, white, black, the gang culture was there. NWA was the hottest thing out there. You had all of those. You had DJ Quick. You had all those talking about the streets.
yeah,
One thing about the West Coast, which I think is weird, we have a privileged life out here, I feel, compared to when I went back east to New York and then the South to New Orleans. And what was so crazy is that here we are living in these, even when you live in the ghetto in LA or in Sacramento or Oakland, we had 2, 3, 4 bedroom projects, running water. Everybody had a television. You know what I'm saying? We have phones. And when you went back and we talking about, nigga, I'm gonna kill you. Oh, I'm mad, bro. Like, nigga, what? And you go back east, and these niggas living in tenements and no running water have to get pails sometimes and flush the toilet. And
facts.
they're talking about self-destruction. You gotta be
Yeah,
self-destruction. And they're talking about, hey, there's a way out. Hey, I might have to sell some dope, but I'm doing that so I can make my family come up out of here. And I just think it's just a trip now that I'm older to see that, like, where did this come from? And so when we thought about it, we were like, right. And at the time, so many people don't understand, in the 90s, like 89 to 95, a lot of killing went on. A lot of people were killed.
Yeah.
From gang violence, and we didn't own these streets. Some of us didn't even own homes on the streets that we was representing. You know what I'm saying? And so it hurt us. And so when we got with the song, what made I think my part, because I sang a lot of the song, but my special part, my God, was my cousin is the one that was helping us out. And the week before, we used to come down and record with the whole nine, and we were broke. I mean, when I say broke, we were so broke. We used to go to Dairy Queen. I don't know if y'all have Dairy Queen out there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yep.
Okay, Dairy Queen used to sell this. You get 2 sandwiches, 2 fries, and a sundae.
Mm-hmm.
And and it was like $5.99 or something like that. Yeah. And we would take that meal and we would cut the sandwich. It was 5 of us, but we would cut the sandwich up, and one would get a fry and you get a piece of sandwich. And then we flip a coin, or we would be like, okay, today you get the sundae. Tomorrow you get the sundae. And we were broke. I mean, we had a little. Chris had a Toyota Tercel. I don't know if y'all remember that little tiny Toyota Tercel, and it was a 2-door. So think about this. We all are 6 feet, except for JB 5'9", 5. But we all basically 6 feet. So think of 5 Negroes and a Tercel, Toyota Tercel, the 2 seat, the 4. It got the back seats, but it's just 2-door. And we would squeeze up in there like this. Sometimes you have to sit like this the whole ride. And we would go down to the Bay Area to record with the whole nine in Oakland. And my cousin was working. His name, my cousin Amir Wakili Joseph. he was very known in Bay Area and Oakland and Berkeley. He was in that. If you ever see I Get Around video with
Tupac.
Digital Underground, him and Tupac were real close. And he's the guy dancing on the other side. Tupac's on one side, he's on the other side. And what happened is he worked at a recycling plant for Safeway, and people would just come up there sometimes and be like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's not enough money." And he would collect all the cans and bottles, and at the end of the night, he would cash them in when he's out, and he would come while we were down there, and he'd let us stay in his house, his room, and he would come and give us money for gas, for food. So I knew that, man, he gonna be a part of this journey with me when we decided to sign the contract with him. I told him, and I said, and he told me he had just, my uncle had passed, he had got his inheritance, he had bought a car, and he told me he felt the car was too fast. He said it was a Camaro. He said, I can't drive it. I'm having dreams that I'm gonna die in it. And he decided to go out, and it was going to be, we just had a week to go down there to start recording with Hammer and stay down there. And he went out, and his boy, they were in a convertible Mustang, and his boy was called, out here, there's a thing we call siding. I don't know, do you guys have siding out there? You know, when you burn rubber on the, you know, you get your car and you burn rubber, and you go around in circles, and stuff like that. So
I don't really do that here.
Well, okay, so out here in Cali, that, I mean, they still do it today. I mean, it was a big thing. And while his homie was doing it, my cousin said, "Hey, check this out. I'm scared. Let me out of here. If you're gonna do this." My cousin tried to get out the car. It was a convertible Mustang. His boy said, "Boy, stop," and took off. And my cousin flew out the back of the car and crushed his neck on the light panel. And then his boy spun around and ended up, I believe, killing the guy in the back seat, and the guy in the front seat with him, became a paraplegic, and the driver got away without a scratch.
Wow, that's crazy.
So here we we got YB. We had a dude named Kano from St. Louis. Do you remember Kano?
Yep, definitely.
Kano he's from, so that was
the Master's Touch.
Yeah, from Master's Touch. So that was Show and Tell's homie.
Okay.
That was a good friend. So when they came to us while recording, they said, "Can you do us a favor? Can you also dedicate the song to him?" So we were like, "No problem." And then my cousin Amir was killed the week before we came down there. And it was just really, and I'll be honest with you. So when I was singing it, I was singing it, and I remember they came to me, about to make me cry a little bit. They came to me and they said, "Think about Amir when you're singing the song." And I ain't gonna lie, I was mad at God at that time for what he did, because that's my first cousin, man, my first friend, always there for me. And I just yelled at God and said, my God, my God. And I just, I just was like, I can't believe that this is going on. And then thinking about what happened with YB, and thinking about some of my other homies that, what I'm saying, like, we're in the pen, that, I had homies that basically hung around gangsters. It wasn't really true gangsters. I had homies that just, and this is what I tell black men now. We look down on these and call them thugs, and maybe they don't have great jobs or all that kind of stuff. But I tell people this: apparently someone prayed for you, because I have homies that were nerds that just happened to be in the car to get it and say, "Hey, can you take me down to the store? Hey, can I ride with you?" And jump in the car, go to the store. Police pull up on them. They don't know there's dope in the car. They don't know that this is a felon they riding with. Your homies don't tell you, "Hey man, I ain't supposed to have no gun on. I'm a felon. I'm on parole." You don't know these things. Hey, this gun I got a body on it. You don't know that. And what's so crazy is you got people that are doing life sentences in prison for something that they never even done. What they were doing was black while driving. You know what I'm saying? Or just black being at the wrong place at the wrong time. And those of us that are out, sometimes we have to realize that that's by the grace of God. We were in the right place. My brother used to tell me, I'm not that light, but I do have a lighter hue. I have a little, I'm kind of mixture in me, you know, and Creole, Hispanic. And so, and my brother would say, in the light, sometime in the car, you don't look black. So sometimes they pass you through, but I would notice because my brother's darker, if he drove, we could stop.
Mm.
And of course we used to yell, "Hey man, this ain't fair. This ain't fair," but it's still going on today.
Yeah.
And we blinded ourselves thinking that, we did a song that it talks about cops. And it's called Nigga with a Badge. And in the time, I really didn't want to do it at first because I was like, no, this is going to. But when I listen to the song nowadays, I go, I need to start playing it because this is really real.
Right.
This is what's going on. You got black. I mean, look what happened. I forget what. Oh God, I don't know what's saying. No, it wasn't Tennessee, right? When them black cops set up, huh?
Which one?
The one with the brother, he was from Sacramento. I think it was in Tennessee. And they set him up, I think Nashville or something. And they set him up. And five brothers that were cops beat that man and beat him up and killed that man.
Yep.
Because they thought he was messing with one of the dude's girl.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, what kind of mentality? If he was, well then, dude, you lost the game.
Mm-hmm.
Go get you somebody else. Find something else to do. We got to realize that. And so what we don't realize, and the reason why, even though I do have them other songs on my album, with Gangsta Lean, I'm really trying to tell people, hey man, this ain't a game.
Right.
This is real. And what we didn't understand and then started. And then when I sang the song, I didn't realize what an impact the song was going to have. I thought it was just going to be a hood anthem.
Universal is universal.
I mean, I really thought it was going to be a hood anthem. I was like, oh, this is going to be a hood anthem, and I'll be at the hood, people know I am. And then when I started hearing on KMEL and then BT and then MTV started playing it, and then the controversy came. We actually went number one on the Billboard 100. The reason why if you notice on the Billboard 100, they claim we were number 2 for all those weeks. 8 weeks, 9 weeks. We got number 1, but Meatloaf, they did not want us to be number 1 on the Billboard 100. And that's when I realized, that's when I started learning politics of the music industry. They were like, we can't make you number 1. Why? Well, our numbers are there. Well, because we don't want that, Meatloaf has been around forever. We want to keep him because he had that song, I Can Do Anything for Love. And they said, but you guys are gangsters, you're thugs. You got your Pendletons, you're sagging, you're doing, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't want that. But let me tell you about the public, which I think the public, so they were trying to get us to go back down the charts. But the public liked the song so much that the numbers were there. They could not take us down. We stayed on the Billboard number 2. They couldn't do it. They tried though. They tried. But the public was like, no, we like this. We want to hear this. And this reminds us and of our homies, of what we're going through. But I was trying to tell people, we're trying to tell you, hey, let's stop this.
Right.
I'm sorry, I'm talking so much.
Let me say this. So for the younger generation, I just want to play this little snippet so y'all can understand and see Lamarr, his element on this song. So here go a little snippet. Check this out. Oh, that is the snip. So make sure y'all go check that song out. Did you hear the paint? They don't even have them type of emotions in songs no more. Man. Like when
Reverend Abernathy and them, up in New York, they burned, they tried to burn burn our album because they said it was too explicit and it was too gangsterish. They did NWA, they did all of us, what's so funny? I think they helped us because they started buying up our albums. And I was like, okay, you're just giving us more sales.
Thank you.
When people talk about, I'm gonna burn your album, burn it.
Yeah.
They're doing that to Beyonce. Oh, we're gonna burn her out. Burn it. because you're buying more album and you're getting more album sales, and you can't return. Once you burn it, you can't return it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So
That
I was like,
rhyme. Once you
burn,
burn
baby,
it,
burn.
once you
Huh?
burn it, you can't return it. That rhyme.
Burn it, you can't return it.
Let me
You know?
ask you this too, Lamarr. So this is a question I always had. Was the funeral and the music video real, or was it created for the music video?
It was created for the music.
Okay. Because it looked
And
real.
I gotta give my boy JB. Let me tell you, he was so committed because he was so committed to it. We took him to a funeral home, and
Okay.
he stayed there for 4 hours, and he studied the way the bodies. It's the reason why they study out, because they do the neck a certain way. My boy, he studied that, and that's a real casket we had. We
Mm,
put him in there, and that's my homie. That's my homie JB from DRS in that casket. Yeah.
man, that's crazy. Okay, so I know you spoke on this a little bit earlier. I know people want to know, so you can, I guess, talk about it again. Where are the rest of the members that are in DRS?
Well, unfortunately, two are locked away now. One kind of mentally doesn't want to really deal with the music, and then I have one that just he'll deny he was even in the group, even though his picture's up there. You know.
Was
And
he in
then
the
there's
music? Was he in the music video?
yeah, in the video, my posters, videos, everything, all of our videos, even in Hammer's videos and all that. But yeah.
Do you go on any tours with DRS?
Oh yeah. We did. We were on the first. Actually, I just was with G and Zoe and them, and I showed them the. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Man, let me tell you what's the trip. Um, I um, I like to keep stuff where they do with it, and I found the actual my first tour when I was on tour with
Uh,
Silk.
mhm.
My group was the first group with intro. Look at this, man. This is some history. Look at this. I don't know if y'all can see that.
Yeah, I can see it. Yes.
That's the first Silk
Wow,
tour in 1994.
that's crazy.
Um, and on it, it's let me turn my light on. Let me turn this light on real quick. Um, on the tour, intro. I don't know if y'all remember the group intro, but intro joined us. But on this tour was Silk, Mint Condition,
Mm,
intro, DRS, and Kid and Play.
that's crazy.
And and the trippy part was H Town took over when Kid and Play decided they got out the tour in H Town. And what I love is my brothers H Town and Silk, they still doing it, man.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I kept DRS, because every now and then I'll get on a little tour. Right now we're trying to actually get some we're trying to get on some of these R&B tours. I really want to get with Ice Cube and them and try to open up for tours like that, with Second to None and stuff like Quick, because that's our audience a little bit, or some of these Hispanic tours, because we have a lot of Hispanic people. Let me show you. I'm gonna make y'all really laugh. Look at that. That was me back in the day. Yeah, this is how they used to do it. They used to give you a laminate, so when you're on tour, they wouldn't have to every venue give it to you, because
Yeah.
you went on Norman Lewis tours, all that kind of stuff. And then a lot of people don't realize that we did that movie, Jason's Lyric.
Mhm.
Um,
Yep.
and so we did a couple things with that as well. That's why we're at the American
Okay.
Music Awards and stuff.
Okay. So I also want to talk about, your voice graces, the Black Man's United Platinum title track. You will know alongside the greats, D'Angelo, Brian McKnight, Boys the Men, Gerald Levert. How was that, like, I guess, being on that track with all of those guys?
Man, well, I wrote a song on there called No More Love.
Mm,
So the one that goes, ain't no love in
yeah.
the heart of the city, that's me. And
Okay.
we wrote that for the movie, and it's in the movie. Man, I'll be honest with you, that was incredible. I
Mm,
have not done anything. I look at that one of the pinnacle things of my life.
mm,
I pray that the younger generation and the older, we could come together and do something like that again.
mm,
That was just magical. And it went for the United Negro College Fund, and it was just so good to see brothers that are trying to do something. We were trying to come up, trying to be something, do something. We felt positive, and for us to come together as one, You know what I'm saying? You've never seen anything else except for when the girls did it. You've never really seen anything else like it no more. No
Facts.
one has done it, and I have to give it to the producers and the creators of Jason's lyric. And D'Angelo wrote that song. A lot of people
Mm,
don't know that. Brian McKnight was the composer, like directed it, but that was D'Angelo's first big hit.
mm.
Yeah,
That's,
I
that's
got the. I actually got the. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna do something real quick. Since you said that, because I'm proud of this, and I'm proud that I was able to be with. So this is my gold from
look
Jason
at that.
Beard.
Nice. That's nice. Nice.
We went platinum, but I didn't. I wasn't at the ceremony, so I didn't get my platinum. A
Yeah.
platinum.
Man,
I'm
that look
proud of it because it's like when they talk about the history, like that was history making,
yeah, definitely.
and they said, I remember my boy from Intro, Kenny Green, had said, dang, if we as much money as we've made the industry, if we decide to go on strike, we could shut this whole industry down and demand what we wanted. But then someone said, yeah, but there'd be 30, 40 Negroes behind us that don't care what we're trying to do, take our jobs. Don't care what the movement is. And
Right.
that's kind of sad. And he was right. If we would have done that, there have been 40 other people. I want to be a star. I'm gonna do this, and wouldn't
Right.
have cared that we were trying to do something for our community.
Facts. Did you ever meet Tupac?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I work with
How was
Digital
Pac?
Underground. Well, I work with Ronnie, Money B. I work with Digital Underground.
Mm,
I've actually got a song with Money that we did. Don't Disturb His Groove. But coming up, Tupac and my cousin Amir Wakili Howard Joseph, they were like best friends. You know what I'm saying? They're really close. And Amir has a sister. They're twins. They were known because they did ads when they were growing up. And man, he was just, and Pac loved Amir. Man, that was his homie. And
mm.
so I got to meet. So I actually met Pac before he became uber famous.
Okay,
You know
gotcha.
what I'm saying? And I actually did a little mini tour with Pac.
Mm,
DRS. We did a little thing. It was Breeze. It was Breeze, us, Pac, somebody else, a couple other people.
mm.
More than that, we did some stuff with Pac. Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So why do you feel, with your success and everything, why do you feel that you shouldn't have signed your contract?
Because like right now, I'm still owed. Like I'm owed a lot of money right now. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of money. We had a lot of money stolen from us. We had a lot of deals that weren't done right. Our contracts weren't. Even though we had a guy look out for us supposedly about making sure we had the right deal. There are a lot of things that we really should have taken out of our contracts. We didn't have we didn't know what we know now.
Yeah, gotcha.
Um, you know, the record business is a monster, and people don't understand. People talk about, oh, I want to be famous, but you have to understand. I don't really believe in the Illuminati, but I do believe in the devil, and I do believe that he comes in there and he comes to destroy, kill, do all that. And to me, he does that, especially with the entertainment, because people, when they say sell their soul, it's not that you sell your soul, but you do anything to be famous. You sign a contract. I was listening to Dave Chappelle the other day, and Dave was telling it like it was. He was like, man, I was naive. I'm listening to these people. He said, when I did the Dave Chappelle show, I wasn't making no money. He wasn't making the money he should have made. That's why he left. He didn't have the control he thought he was supposed to have. They controlled you. I went to the record companies and I actually told them on my second video, I said, I wrote the treatment. I said, I want us to roll up in cars and do this. And they're like, no, 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 Deuce. No, 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 no. We don't want you. No, we want you to be street and gritty still. And, and we want you out there, in the park. And when you see my next video, which was Scoundrels Get Lonely Too, we broke. My homie Chris is on the bus stop with two girls. The bus comes and they get on, and then the bus passes and he's still there. which lets you know he ain't got no money. We playing dominoes in the park, drinking our 40s.
Yeah.
My baby mama come with my kid. I hug a kid. She looking at me like, nigga, please. And then the next thing you know, she take off, and I'm just like,
All
you know what I'm saying?
stereotypes.
Well, and I was telling the execs at Capitol, hey, we just sold 1,000,000 records. I think the public knows that we not this down, and
Yeah.
that we need to show that we've come up. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, it should be, and that's how it should have been. But the record companies were like, no, we want you to be street. We want you to be gritty. We want you to still be on the railroad tracks and down and out, and living at your mama's house and stuff like that. And I'm thinking like, but I'm flying all over the world, and people are. I mean, what people don't understand, and I'm not knocking any of my homies here, but that I sing, other groups, but we were the first to go #1 in like New Zealand, Australia, England, Ireland, America, and like Japan. So even though like my boys like, well, you guys are known, but I was like, but I go out the country and people go, we know gang, and it freaks me out because I'm like, how are you from Australia and you know Gangsta name?
Yes, they
You
love
know what I'm
all
saying?
us. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, how does that comprehend with you? Then I realized that that song ain't just about our streets. It's about loved ones that are gone. And I realized that everyone comes with death. And when you're making your music, everybody comes around death. Everybody wants to party. You know what I'm saying? And everybody falls in love.
Right.
Those are the three. Those are the three things: death, love, and party.
Dropping them Jews.
Yeah. Everybody like to party because we get tired. We like, oh, this world, it's coming to an end. Oh, I gotta release myself. Oh, I'm lonely. I'm by myself. Let me listen to the lyrics of this song, and and let me fantasize about somebody being here with me. And then you cry because you got death.
Facts.
People die every day.
Facts. So let me ask you this, Lamarr. On your journey, what would you say has been your greatest challenge?
My greatest challenge has been climbing back into the industry and trying to make a legacy for myself and my kid, and trying to make a legacy and trying to keep on doing this, and just trying to stay relevant. That has been one of the hardest things because the way the new media is, the older you get, they try to make you irrelevant. But I'll be honest with you, I sing better now than I did when I was 21, 22, and 23. I do. I'm a better because I learned, because I started studying more and I started doing things. I sing jazz, sing blues, I sing Southern soul, I do gospel. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like I was that diverse when I was young.
Yeah, I got you. So to flip that, what would you say has been your greatest accomplishment?
Doing Gangsta Lean, being Deuce of DRS. I had a childhood friend that told me the other day. Danny said, when you were younger, you always said you would be famous and that you would be famous. And I said, I did. I never realized that. He said, and then, what you gonna be? I said, I'm gonna be famous one day. And he said, and everything that you did what you said you were gonna do. And and you got to think, like, did you ever think that you would be doing this, what you're doing right now?
And me?
Yeah.
No, especially not this right here. Like I've done music my whole life, so I never thought I'd be writing or directing movies or doing podcasts. This was never, interviewing people was never on my radar, but God made me,
You know what I'm saying? You just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, but somewhere, you said, I want to be famous. I want to do this. I want to be around music.
Yeah.
And you don't realize. And then what I'm trying to teach, like my son, I'm trying to teach him, like, you positive thoughts and positive energy will get you there. And then, but the devil comes and tries to knock you because he knows that if you come with some positivity, he don't want that. He don't want you to grow and have things, and
Hey, Lamarr, let me say this to everybody around me, because like you said, I've never I do everything I do because I love it. It's my passion, and God makes a way for me to get paid from it. But I tell everybody who in my life, I say there's two things. I say there's ambition and being inspired. I said when you're ambitious, you'll do anything, sell your soul to get famous or whatever. But when you're inspired to do it as of the Lord, God's gonna open those doors for you. You know what I'm saying? With those positive affirmations and everything. So I tell everybody, do it because you're inspired. Don't do it because you're ambitious and just trying to do anything you got to do. So I tell people that all the time.
And this is what I tell everybody: listen to that Holy Spirit. Listen to that little small voice. To me, when it's loud and that is not the Holy Spirit.
Right.
When a calm voice comes to you and says, "You know what? Maybe you should think that through.
Right.
Maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe you should go to the right. Maybe you know what? Before you say yes, tell them, let me think about it, and I'll get back to you."
Yeah, that's right.
Don't be so, you're right, ambitious. Oh, I want to do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna sell my soul.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Oh, yeah. And then later on, you're like, Lord, what did I do? Like, why they treat me like this? Well, you the one said yes.
Look,
You know
Lamarr,
what I'm saying?
you
Well,
was
that's
just
what I can't get mad, even though I'm mad at him about the money part and the things that went on and stuff, and I'm working on that now. Getting it back. I can't be that mad because even though I thought I had a lawyer that was looking out for me, didn't realize that they know each other. They give each other money. Say here, just tell them this and that. And my thing is that I was young, I was a little dumb, naive. Sometimes you go up there and you think people got your back. You think people are gonna do things for you. You know what I'm saying? And you have to learn that not everybody that says that they're your friend or they're working for you got your back.
Hey, Lamarr, you was just like Ice Cube when he ain't want to sign that contract with.
I didn't, and I should have stuck to it. But you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know the gift. No, I ain't saying I'm better than everybody, but I didn't know the gift I had back then. See, when you know your gift and you know the gift that God has given you, and you know that you're walking in the path that He has laid for you, nobody, I want to get this out. Nobody can tell you no. Nobody can break you down. And nobody can tell you what route you're going to go. Because guess what? He got it ordered for you. And you just got to believe. Right now, I've been on a path where I had surgery. I had hernia surgery. And I had to stop singing for a couple months. And I ain't gonna lie, I started doubting again, going, Lord, oh my God, I'm gonna become irrelevant. People ain't gonna remember me. Oh my God, Lord, what am I gonna do? And I was brushing my teeth, and God said, boy, ain't I got you? And I was like, yeah, you got me. But I wanted to do that festival. And He's like, I need you to rest. This is the rest for you. Man, I started practicing because I'm doing a gig on the 12th. I hit notes I ain't never hit in a couple years. Because He knew I needed that break. Yeah. So when God gives you that break, y'all, take the break.
Right.
Take it. Believe me, He still got you, though.
Lamarr over here dropping jewels on y'all. He's been dropping jewels on y'all all day after this.
I'm sorry, you know what? I forgot to tell you, I can talk, and I grew up a militant child. You know, my mama was a militant child.
I love it.
Oh, I'll have to get back to her. I grew up a militant child. My mother, we did Kwanzaa. My mother was part of Nairobi College, Black Panther, all of that.
I love it. I say power to the people. We the people.
Now, if I hang up on you twice, that means I'm doing something.
That means I'm doing something. I got you. So look, Lamarr, you done dropped a lot of jewels, but I still want to ask you this question too. What advice will you give to, like, I guess anybody that's trying to get into the entertainment industry, period, whether it's a singer, rapper, actor, whatever?
Do I have the book? Oh, God. Hold on, y'all. I apologize.
No problem.
Let me see something real quick. They call me back. I'm gonna have to. What I would give to people is, I would say, get this book called The Book of This Business of Business of Music. Or I would get something by Jay King. He has a book out. Or Donald S. Passman is This Business of Music. Or I would get Kashif has a book as well about the music industry. I would make that my Bible. What I would do also, I would take, I mean, if you got free time, I would take business classes at maybe a community college if you don't want to go to a 4-year college. Or what I would also do is I would also, I would take music or theory courses if you're going to be a singer. This is just for the singer part. Theory, I would take theory. Take music theory because even when you're hoarse, you'll be able to sing. You'll know your notes. You'll learn your notes. It doesn't make sense for the musicians to know their notes and the singer don't know your notes. For you not to come in and go, can you change that key to this? You know, this is a business. Hold on, y'all.
Okay. Y'all already see Lamarr is dropping these jewels for us. He gonna come back. I already know he was getting the call, but he gonna be back with us up at this piece. He's been dropping jewels. Y'all already know Gangsta Lean is is one of the greatest hits, period. You already know, man. My God, my God. Could you
Sorry
just...
about that, y'all.
Oh no, you back, you back. You know, I was entertaining.
Yeah, my auntie called because my big sis is performing today, and I'm not going to the performance. A lot of people think I'm going to be there, and I'm like, I'm not going to be there. You know, I had scheduled this, so I'm like I told you, I'm a man of my word. You know, I said, oh man, I can't go. I got to schedule. You know, to me, I felt this was more important to me. You know, because you came to. I'm be honest with y'all. I really have to thank this young man. I'm calling him young man because I know he's young. Because he got at me. My phone was messed up. I seen it. And just the way he wrote it to me and said, hey, man, I really want to do this interview. And, you know, and when people come to you like that, you know, you can't act like, oh, you just don't understand that I'm humbled. I'm very humbled by you wanting to do an interview with me because to me, I ain't nobody. You know what I'm saying? I've been blessed to be in the industry. I'm blessed just to have the song and to do, you know, to have that. And I'm blessed because I have been in the industry, to be able to have avenues like this, to talk to young people, talk to other people, talk to people in the business, and let them know, you know, not to do the things that I did. Don't just get ambitious, like he said, and, oh, I want to sign, I want to do this. You know, always wait. And this is what I tell people. People come to me with gossip, or people come to me with a deal, first I say, okay, why are they coming to me with this? What is the purpose? What do they want to get out of it? What do they want from me? And what do they want to get out from me? And I say that first. Then I start and I tell them, let me process it. You know, don't be scared if they say, well, if you don't do it right now, I got somebody else. My new thing, I say to them, okay, well, apparently you've already got somebody else in mind. Yeah. Go ahead and work with them. Yeah. Your first mind, you know what I'm saying? Use that first mind. If you think, you know, right now I'm going through it with a promoter that told me, who can you work with me? Yeah, I can work with you, but after you've ditched me so many times of paying my money, then I either have to take you to court or I have to blast you. And then you want to get mad at me for blasting you, but I did you a solid. I worked with you. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's the thing that we have to learn also. You know, these promoters, you know, this is our livelihood. This is how we live. You know what I'm saying? If you promise me, if you have a contract with me, if I do what I'm supposed to do, I want you to do what you're supposed to do.
Facts. Yeah.
And that's what I think people aren't raised anymore like. People feel like I can get over on you and I don't have to do what I told you I would do. Even when back in the day, even if you have a gentleman's agreement, me and him had a gentleman's agreement. I could have easily said, hey man, my sister's singing at this big time show. She wanted me to get up and do a song. That's more important. I want to be seen. I was like, nah, I promised this man I'd come and do this show, and that's what I'm going to do.
I appreciate that, man. I'm the same way as you, man. We need more people like you still like to look up to, because I'm the same way, you know, like if I commit to something, I'm going to do it. That's why I never, if I can't do it, I tell people, hey, I can't do it. You know, I'm not going to be like, yeah, I do it. And then be like, oh, no, something came up. So I'm just like that. So we need more people like that, you know, role models.
You get blessed, don't you? God blesses you even more.
All the time. Yeah.
Man, my sister got this rule that if we commit to something and it's like pays you like $1,000, maybe 2,000, but then someone comes and says, "Hey, I got a gig for 5,000."
Oh, I
A lot
committed
of my
already.
boys get mad and they go, "Well, you just got to tell them you can't do the $2,000 show." And I say, "No, because karma come back."
Right.
And I said, because you might get that 5 on that one gig, but that person that gave you 2 might get you gigs all year long, where
There
it
you
ends up 20,000 at the end of the year. And this one person only gonna hire you that one time for 5 and
go.
never use you again. So you got to, I just believe in, if I say I'm gonna do it or I'm gonna sign the contract, this is what we're gonna do.
Me too, definitely. So let me ask you this: do you have anything else coming up that you want to promote?
I got 5 songs that I got that are DistroKid, Amazon. You can look it up. I got 5 songs. I got a song called "Just Like That." It's a Southern Soul dance song. Dance floor. I have to do a video for that. I've got a song called "Never Forgotten." We've got a song called Southern Soul Music, what I have with the guys I use for DRS, but I didn't use it. I didn't put it down as DRS. I have individual names. We got um, something for the people. So I've got a couple songs out there. I need to push them more. Those of you that see this, please look me up, Lamarr Lubin. I'm actually currently trying to work on a reality show about some of us that worked with MC Hammer, that kind of went through the whole thing with him. And we're still trying to do our thing. We're still out here rolling. We're still trying to, make it in an industry, or still doing. We're still on the course to do what we're doing. I got Benito. I got a Voice. I've got Voice Rogers. Look him up. I've got Michelle Jennings used to be the dancer. I'm talking to 357. I've got also No Bones and all the dancers. So I'm trying to do a show that shows, and it's going to talk about some. I ain't gonna lie. It's going to talk about some of the stuff in the industry that we went through, money that's owed us, way we were treated on some things, and how we stuck to it. And a lot of us are still in the game, and we're still trying to do our thing. It's kind of called, right now, it's called Second Coming, but we're trying to still make it, still be relevant, still do our thing. And even though we got knocked down, we got back up.
There you go. Hey, look. I believe
Now look,
I'm gonna do your
y'all heard
documentary.
me out there.
I'm gonna do his
He just
documentary,
said,
y'all. I believe it.
now he just said he do movies
I'm gonna do
and
his
these
documentary.
documentaries now, right? So this might be a blessing for me and for him as well.
Facts.
So y'all heard that. So
Right.
Hulu, anybody got Netflix hookup? I need y'all to call this young man and to let them know you got some hookup. I'm gonna
Let's
try to
get
get
it.
us some hookup out here in Hollywood,
Let's
but
get
I'm
it.
gonna need y'all to either look out for it, or I'm gonna need y'all to support me. Go on my page, listen to my songs. I got 3 more songs that I just worked on. I also am doing a gospel house song. So y'all don't laugh at me, but I'm doing a gospel house song because I told God I'm doing gospel as well. So I need y'all to support Lamarr Lubin. Look me up, YouTube, a DistroKid, Amazon, um, uh, uh, Apple, all of
Everywhere,
that.
everywhere, wherever
My
you're streaming
page,
music.
Lamarr Lubin. Look me up, LamarrLubin. I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Instagram as DRS underscore Gangstaline, GANGSTALEAN.
That's right. Give them some
Supportive.
follows. Give them some followers. I got 2 more. I
Yeah.
got 2 more questions for you. So I know. So are the members that's arrested? Are they coming home anytime soon, or do they got a lot of years?
Well, one, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Maybe in about 15 more years, 10 or 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's family too.
It's a trip it's a trip when you live what you portray.
Mm,
And sometimes we have to realize, I did a documentary where I apologized to the youth,
mm.
because here I am perpetrating this gangster stuff. And here I went to college. Here I am. I mean, I'm serious.
Yeah, I
I
got
mean, Cube went to college. We all,
right.
we don't come from broken. I mean, even Snoop. Snoop comes from evangelist. His grandmother was an evangelist. His mama was praying. Oh man, his mama was an amazing woman, praying woman. We come from these kind of families. You know what I'm saying? We come
Mm,
from good families, and some of us, well, we did portray where we lived, the hoods and stuff like that. But the generation behind us didn't understand. Like I had to tell one of my little cousins, hey, why you got your hair braided and and you smoking weed all day long and you ain't gonna get no job. White man ain't gonna hire you. You
Facts.
know what I'm saying? You know, and he was like, well, I'm trying to be like you, Negro. And I was like me. And then I realized I took him around all of that. I took him around all, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
made him, I made him believe, and I made him believe that this is how I made my money. And this is what, I did it because I wanted to make money so that my next generations and my nieces and nephews didn't have to come up the way other people did. And they wouldn't have to worry about, finding jobs. And, I was thinking, hey, I get some money, open up a store and do that. My mom, my mother's always been forward thinking. My mom, she owns her own store in Sacramento where she sells essential oils and stuff like that. Shout out to my mom. Sacramento, California, Shirley Sugar and Spice. Give
Hello,
her
Mama Lubin.
Lawrence Square Mall. Y'all, Suite 150. Y'all go visit my mama if you're listening to this and in Sacramento. And she's got a website. It's called ShirleySugarandSpice.com. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I come from. People, my dad owned a barbecue restaurant one time. He had nightclubs, so I come from people that come from wanting to have a business. And that's what I thought that doing this music industry, I was going to be able to do for my family. And we got to start thinking like that, y'all. We got to start thinking we need generational wealth. We got this man wanting to be president. He don't care nothing about you. If he cares about you, if you have generational wealth,
Not
if
at
you as
all.
wealthy as he does have that. And we got to stop thinking that they have our best interests. We got to become our own bosses. We got to become our own owners. We got to become our own landlords. We got to become self-sufficient. Hey, I understand Martin Luther King, but y'all understand Martin was killed because he opened his eyes and saw that vision that he had wasn't really, and a lot of people don't know, he wasn't for that vision in the beginning. That wasn't his vision. When he opened his eyes and said, you know what? We need equality for everybody. It's not about I'm able to shop at a white store. It's about, do I own the store? When he started saying there's a wealth gap between the blacks and the whites, and he wanted to make it even, that's when they said, oh, we can't have him here no more.
Yeah.
Because he's not on
Wall Street. Remember they burned down all the stuff.
Oh man, because they was oh no. And what's really crazy? Those sundown towns and the towns that, those are the towns getting destroyed by this hurricane right now. It's like our ancestors are coming from the sea. They're coming from the Pacific, and where they drowned and stuff. It's a trip to think that even though we're mutts in America now, because no one can say in America, oh, I'm 100% African. We can't do that because we have a lot of mixture in us right now. And we don't understand that we're truly Americans now because ain't no African. We're just Americans because people don't understand that. When you go overseas, I'm being honest, when you get over to Europe, they don't see you as no black person. They see you as American. They say colors they say America's the only place to call themselves colors. You're American. They look at your ideology. They like, ooh, you're American. Your ideology is like this. You know what I'm saying? You don't think like the blacks did in the 60s. You think you're on level with the white people in America. And we have to realize that. I don't care. We're not. I don't care. We got a couple of billionaires. They got 152, 3, 400 billionaires. We got 3.
Facts.
Do the math, y'all. Do the math. But if I come up and my brother right here can come up, you can come up because believe me, you want to know the true trickle down theory. It ain't with them having all that money. It's us being able to support our neighbors, being able to support our kids, being able to support the neighborhood. What's so funny about the Jewish people? And no offense, because my last name is Lubin, y'all. And that's Jewish. You know what I'm saying? So y'all Jewish people can get upset, but you look up my last name, it's Lubin. I learned this from y'all. Jewish men might not like each other, can't stand each other. But guess what? They'll be in business with each other. You know why? Because if I have a business, your son might need a job. And
Right.
because we are the same faith and we're the same people, I'm going to hire him first to make sure there's food on his table, and his family's table. And that's how we have to look. You go into a Korean store, nail shop, and you don't see a brother or sister working there, walk out. You
Mhm.
go to a store, a neighborhood store is owned by Hispanics, and you don't see at least one brother working there, walk
Mhm.
out and
Fact.
tell them you need to hire one of us at least if
Yeah.
you're in our neighborhood, because guess what we do? The minute we open a business, we hire them.
Yep. And look, and this
We
is what I tell people too, Lamarr. I be like, if the hood is so poor, why are all the Koreans and all the foreigners in our neighborhoods? You got to think about that.
think about it, because because we got disposable income. Because
Right.
we do not invest in ourselves. We
Right.
invest in other people and give it to them so that they can drive. They can get in that car and drive to what we call Beverly Hills. They can leave the hood and drive to the Beverly Hills and in their mansions and live comfortably, and then come back to the hood so they can go these poor Negroes. This is what we're doing.
Take all their money.
Black person open up a store. Look at that. There's dirt in the corner.
Right. Yep. They
They
always criticize.
Coca-Cola. They Coca-Cola 5 cents more than the Koreans over there. Hey, the Mexicans got better bread than they got that. But you got to understand, because we don't have resources, we don't cut deals the way they do.
Right.
People don't understand. Motown Records, when Barry first started Motown, he had a white boy fronted first. You know that, right? You know that, right?
See, I didn't even know
Look
that.
it up. A white boy fronted Motown at first, and then when it got big, Barry was like, "Ha ha, it's me." You know what I'm saying? I mean, come
Surprise!
on. You know,
Surprise!
surprise. Sometimes you got to play that game.
Right.
Sometimes and I do understand hiring a Hispanic or something, but tell them to do the same. Tell them, I know I don't speak Korean, but I live in this neighborhood and I know the people. Go ahead. Luckily I've been seeing lately at these hair places, they've been hiring Black women. I ain't gonna lie, I went to one shop to get some grease for my hair, and I thought it was Black owned. I said, "Oh, right on." And they said, "We just work here. It's Korean." I said, "Well, they getting smart.
you
They
got
starting to get smart."
you got to put the black people for the front. You know.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Even when we do stuff on television, with this, I got BET Plus, and I'm looking at some of our shows, and I'm like, okay, we gotta do a little better. We gotta support each other. Don't
Yeah.
tear each other down.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, the green screen was in the back. You can tell it's green screen, but just know we do not get the funding that
Right.
the white
Yeah.
kids get when they
Exactly.
walk in.
Exactly.
They come in, they go into the meetings with some crazy ideas, and they go, "Oh, we're gonna fund that," and then
$10 million.
oh yeah, we give $1 million, and we're gonna fund that, and then we come in there with a story that's like gripping and like, oh my God, it's gonna have everybody tear jerking, and it's gonna sell all over the world, and they say, well, we maybe we can give you 120, 200,000.
Like maybe.
And you're like, I can't even hire the camera people for that much. How am I going to hire the talent? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. It
Telling
just,
the truth. Be telling the truth.
man, you be looking. I'm telling you, Hollywood is a joke sometimes. I mean, I tell people, this is the land of smoke and mirrors.
Yep.
You come out here and you thinking it's gorgeous, people living like this and living like that. You just don't know. People robbing Peter to pay Paul. People. I have been blessed. I've lived in Hollywood all these years by myself, but I have some people that are big time Hollywood people that have had roommates, had to live with people, 3, 4 at a time in 2 and 3 bedrooms. People don't understand. People think because I'm out doing my thing, they think I got tons of money. No, I'm still. You got to realize you got to pay agents sometimes. You got to pay your managers. You got then you got bills, and then to keep you in the mix, you got to hobnob and go to special events, and don't think them special events are free.
Right.
And then if they are free, when the drink comes, they making their money back because the drink is gonna be $20.
Facts.
I went out last night. I paid $15 for whiskey and coke.
That's crazy.
$15.
Crazy.
That's how much the whiskey costs at the store. So in one drink, They made their money back from buying it.
Facts.
So
That's
just think about how much, you know what I'm saying?
mm,
So people got to think about that kind of stuff. You know,
fact,
when you see black businesses, and to me, this is a black business. This podcast is a black
mm,
business.
fact,
So if he's asking you, hey, can you give me donations? Can you do this and that? Give it to him.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Do it so he can stay on because he's giving you some great content. You know what I'm
facts.
saying? And he's giving you jewels and nuggets from a lot of us
Yeah,
entertainers that we don't want you to go down the same road we went.
facts.
I know I'm talking too much. I do
I
that.
love it now.
I'm sorry.
I got one more question. So my last question that I love to ask all my guests. So when it is all said and done and you are long gone from this earth, what is
Oh,
it that you want the people to know about Lamarr Deuce Lubin?
You know, it's a trip. I just had a homie that just died last Monday, and it was unexpectedly. Great guy. Name was Kevin Wellington, and uh, he had a business, black-owned business, Fluffy Snowballs. And I go every 3 days. I go every week, at least two, and we go and we support him to make sure to keep the business open. And he was doing great strides, and he died on the, just unexpectedly. And I've been thinking about this, like, what kind of legacy am I going to leave? Are people going to come to my funeral? Are people going to say nice things? Are people going to talk about, some of the bad things I did? Or, and a lot of people know I'm goofy. I say what's on my mind. Sometimes I shouldn't, but that's just how I was raised. And I think when I leave here, I want people to say Lamarr loved people. He always tried to do what he said he was going to do. He's a man of his word. And that I cared. I cared about people. That's really the legacy I really would like to leave. And hey, the boy could blow sometimes. The boy could, and because I love what I do when I get on the stage. I ain't gonna lie, I love performing. It ain't about being. I get energy when I get on the stage, and man, if you see on some of my clips, I'm all over the stage, and I just love. I love seeing the excitement of people watching me perform and making them happy and making them forget where they're at. And I want people to say, "Oh, I had a great time. I came out and Lamarr did this and he did that, and he made us feel. He made us that one night forget about all the troubles, all the cares, all the things that we're going through, the pains, the hurts, all of that." And it came out to his show and just had a wonderful time.
Mm. There you have it. And that's crazy. My grandmother, she just passed last Monday also.
Oh man,
Yeah, that was the matrix.
condolences,
Oh
man.
yeah, I've been up and down. You already know. So,
Oh
but
man.
yeah, I know she in a better place though. She's the matriarch of our family. So
So how are you, man?
eh, up and down.
You know,
Oh
you know,
yeah, and she'll be wanting me to continue my work. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just continue to do what I'm doing. And I just know she in a better place. She lived a long life. She was 82, and
uh-huh.
yeah, so she,
But
yeah,
as long, but let me tell you, this is what you got to think. She got to see you do your pod, got
yeah,
to see you do your movies.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She
Oh, wait
got
a
to
minute.
see,
Let me say this. She one of my films I sent you, I made her dream come true. She acted in that film. She always wanted to be an actress, so she acted in one of my films too.
man, you know what? And I love hearing, I love it, man. That inspired me today. That you hear my neighbors.
They in the far
It's
background.
like Friday. They about to fight.
You got to stop.
They about to fight.
You want to go stop them? Yeah, I hear.
You heard here?
Yeah.
Hey, I told you like Friday over here.
Hey, listen, I love it. This is how it
Man,
is.
I ain't gonna lie. Now I'm gonna tell you, when people come to visit me, I tell them, I said, look, they say, oh, you guys are so loving. Y'all do barbecues together. We do this and that. And I said, and we fight. over here.
He said that we fight.
We like family. It's really like family.
Yeah.
1 minute we fighting, and the next minute they're gonna be drinking together. Tell them, I'm sorry.
I love that authenticity. But yeah, my grandma, she got to be an actress.
But you know what? And that's a blessing, man. We don't realize the little things that we do in life help us. Like I go down sometimes, help my mom at the shop and do things for her, and we don't realize that we've been a blessing to them. And we need to, that's my new thing I want to do. I want to encourage in the neighborhoods that, pick up trash with the kids. We might not own the place, but make it look beautiful. Make it look, you go to Beverly Hills, they don't throw no trash away. The police gonna come get us. Think about the same thing here when you're here. I tell people, don't be throwing stuff over here. Because go to your own neighborhood and throw your trash out. Right. Respect my neighborhood. And we got to start learning and teaching these kids. And one thing we got to teach these kids, they ain't always got to go to college. Right. Train them on something. Mm-hmm. Learn how to fix cars. Learn how to be an electrician. But don't just do that. And this is what I tell my brothers. Now, this is what I want to tell my brothers in prison. When you go to prison, it ain't over with. Believe me, you will be able to get out. But my thing is this. Learn a trade while you're there. My little brother's in there. Learn a trade. So when you come out, if you can get you a license in there, get you one. Get you a license to build stuff, electrician. Do that. They do the Blanco Gente people do it all the time. Because if you get out of jail, you ain't got to worry about finding a job. Make your own job, be your own boss. Who gonna tell you to fire yourself?
Nobody.
Think about it, I'm the boss, but I've been in prison, and the clause says that if you've been in prison, you can't work here. I guess I gotta fire myself. No, brother. No, brother. You are the one that say, okay, I'm gonna take you. You the one that be able to say, you know what? You've been in prison. I'll bring you on. I trust you. So you bring your trust. But that's what we need to teach people now. Right. You know what I'm saying? Nobody with this podcast, can't nobody fire you but you.
Facts. That is correct.
With my music, can't nobody fire me but me.
Facts.
I'm the one that got to say, I ain't doing it no more. I ain't singing no more. Right. But as long as I got breath in my body, I'm going to continue to sing.
Hey, Lamarr, I'm going to have to sing. I do music too. I'm going to have to see some of my music too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But look, I'm going to let you get to your family. I enjoyed this interview.
Thank y'all for being on my podcast, y'all.
And look, I want to thank you. Like I said, I appreciate you. Like, I've been listening. Like I said, I've been listening to y'all since I was a kid. I still listen to it to this day. So I thank you for even, blessing me to be able to do this interview. It means a lot to me. And just people like you who do this, it allows me to even want to pay it forward to other people. So I appreciate you.
Oh, man, I appreciate you reaching out to me.
All right, no problem. We're gonna stay in contact because
man, you gonna do this, man. I'm gonna try to put you in touch with a guy that did the Unsung. I'm gonna see if I'll get him to talk to you. Okay, and I got another guy that Ro Brooks. I'm gonna see if I can get Ro to talk to you as well.
Okay. Well, thank you. We got each other's cell numbers.
Hey, and get me a show in St. Louis. I really want to come back out there and do either DRS or do my Lamarr Lubin. I do Otis Redding. I do a show where I do a tribute to Teddy Pendergrass, and I put James Ingram in it, and I put Jeffrey Osborne in it as well.
All right, we're gonna talk. We're gonna make some stuff happen for sure. All right. Well, you have a good evening. I appreciate you again, and we'll be in touch. All right. See you later. Peace out.